Can you tell? Can you tell that this is not a big boy cowboy hat, that it's actually a tiny little children's cowboy hat? I don't know. I think in the camera it looks pretty convincing, so I think we're gonna go with this cowboy theme for this one. So this here is my third attempt at recording this video. So this time I'm gonna try to keep it short. So hopefully there won't be enough time for anything to go wrong and all that. So I'm releasing a new pack with custom picture styles for all of you Canon shooters out there. And I know there's been a lot of you asking for new custom picture styles. So here they are. And just like the last one I released, these are also meant to give you kind of a filmic look straight out of camera. So something a bit more interesting than your standard portrait, neutral, landscape, and fine detail. So all this sample footage in this video is obviously going to be straight out of camera, except for grain, because I usually add some grain to my images and video, especially when I'm using these types of profiles and aiming for that slightly filmic look. First profile or picture style is called the California Cowboy, and this is kind of a saturated, smooth, but still pretty punchy profile. It can give you some nice, glowy, almost dreamy images and video. I might include my personal little secret version of this picture style in the pack as well. I haven't decided yet, so maybe I'll leave it in there for a couple of days, a couple of weeks. The second one is called the Northwest, and this one is a bit more desaturated and have a slightly lower contrast ratio than the other ones in this pack. So if you're planning on doing any further tweaks in post, any color grading on top of this, and you want a nice kind of filmic base look to work on or off of, I think the Northwest is kind of a nice profile for just that. Third one is called Eurotrip, and this is going to be a bit more punchy and a bit more saturated than the other two. And this is also a great profile to use if you're looking for some nice moody colors. I think this one is going to be great now when we have fall around the corner here in Sweden. So I'm looking forward to shoot a lot more with the Eurotrip profile. And also think it has some really nice looking browns and yellows and orange. So yeah, definitely something for moody fall and autumn shoots. And I've also included a grain overlay in this pack, which is my little extra gift for you guys. And this is kind of my favorite way of adding grain to my images. I find the grain to be more organic and real looking. So just go ahead and drag and drop this grain overlay on top of your image in Photoshop and set the blend mode to overlay. After that, you can just adjust the amount of grain on the opacity slider. A side note on this, if you're looking for a more gritty, rustic, and I don't know, coarser grain profile on your images, you can hit Ctrl-T or Command-T and just scale up the grain overlay a bit, and this will give you a more gritty look. And on the opposite hand, if you're looking for a more refined and more subtle grain effect, you can add some sharpness to the grain overlay and then dial back the opacity just a tiny bit. And just like my previous pack, these are going to be 100% free for you to download and use as much as you want. But if you want to, you could always leave a tiny little tip by hitting the thanks button down below. Now, if this thing with picture styles and custom things sounds interesting but very confusing, I suggest you take a look at this video here on the end screen in just a second where I will take you through the installation process and how to get these on your camera. It's super simple. It would only take you 2 or maybe 3 minutes tops before you're all set and ready to go out and shoot. And one more thing before I let you go, there is this thing where I want you to send in your favorite pictures taken with my custom picture styles. So since I'm releasing these 3 new ones today, or 4 maybe, who knows, I want to push back the deadline for that thing to September 12th. That should give you a little more time to play around with these new ones and maybe send in some extra pictures if you want to. So new deadline September 12th, and I think that's pretty much it. If there's any questions, leave them down below, and I can't wait to see what you guys make with these. If you upload to Instagram, feel free to DM or tag me so I can check them out, or use this hashtag here. Otherwise, happy shooting, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.